Hi everyone. Today we are talking about the words lie and lay in English. Many Canadian and American English speakers, whether they be people who are learning how to speak English or people who have spoken English for their entire lives, really have a hard time with the words lie and lay. Let's start with the word lay. When used correctly, the word lay, in its most common usage, is to put or place something or someone into a position of rest. For example, if I were to lay a piece of paper down on this table, I would be using the word correctly. I am setting down a piece of paper, and in doing so, I am laying it down. Now let's talk about the word lie. And there's another meaning for the word lie, which we'll get to a little bit later, but for the purposes of this video, we're focused on this meaning, which is to be in a flat position of rest on a surface. So in the case of this piece of paper, it is already lying on the desk. If I were to place it on the desk, I would be laying it on the desk. So for example, I might say, I'm going to lay the piece of paper down on the desk. I'm going to lay it down. There must be something or someone being acted upon and placed somewhere for the word lay to make sense in that context. And in the context that we just discussed, the something is the piece of paper. I'm going to lay it down on the desk. Once it's on the desk, it's lying on the desk. So, for example, it would make sense to ask someone to lie down. There must be something or someone moving on their own in order for the word lie to make sense in that context. Some examples of the word lay in its multiple forms in correct English usage would include, if I were to say, the police officer told me to lay down the gun. Or I might say that I am laying these new bricks down as I have laid other bricks down before. All usages of the word lay, as lay or laying or laid, all correct. I could also correctly say, I will be laying more carpet down soon. Or I could say, she can lay the boxes down on your desk for now. Those are also all correct usages. Some correct usages of the word lie could include, if I were to say, he suggested that I lie down for a while. I'm going to lie down myself, and so nothing is acting on me. I'm just going to lie down. That's a correct usage. Another correct usage would be to ask someone else. I could say, you should lie down. I could also say, you can lie there as long as you want to. All correct usages of the word lie. So we have the word lay, and it can take multiple forms as lay. And remember, when we use the word lay, we're talking about taking action on an object, so you can lay it. And it also takes the form of laying or laid or have laid. The word lie, which starts with the usage lie. So for example, I was told to lie down, or in the past tense. And this is actually where the word lie in its usages gets super weird. In the past tense of the word lie is actually lay. So that's super confusing. I'm sorry that that's the case. This is just something that you have to memorize and remember. But it is a correct usage, a past tense usage of lie, to say, after I was told to lie down, I lay in my bed. I could also say that I have lain in my bed since 2 p.m. And I could also say I'm still lying in my bed now. Those are all usages of the word lie. The only odd one being that lay is the proper past tense. Now, to add a little bit more confusion to the word lie, I think you already know this probably, but I'll just add that the word lie has a different meaning altogether, which is completely unrelated to these usages, but it also means telling an untruth. So if I were to say that I'm not making a video for YouTube right now, that would be a lie. And in that context, the usages could be the word lie itself, that I have lied about making this YouTube video, that I lied about it, that I have lied about it, that I'm lying about it by saying that I'm not making a YouTube video right now. I just wanted to mention that this is also this idea of lie, meaning that I'm telling an untruth. It's important to know that for the context of this video. Okay, so now some examples, and none of these are related to the telling of an untruth. These are all just the usages that we discussed before. So let's go through this quickly. Your wet gloves on the hot air vent. What would be the correct usage there? It is lay. Lay your wet gloves on the hot air vent. And the reason for that is because we are talking about taking action on the object, the wet gloves. And so in this case, lay your wet gloves on the hot air vent would be correct. In this second example, I've on a plastic toboggan only once. And if you don't know what a toboggan is, it's a winter sled that you would use to slide down a snowy hill. I've on a plastic toboggan only once. The correct usage there would be lain. I've lain on a plastic toboggan only once. I will say about the word lain, among native English speakers, individuals who have spoken English for their entire lives, it's very rarely used correctly. Most people confuse it with laid and don't realize that the correct word is lain. So I think you can really just forget about the word lain in your regular everyday speaking, because if you don't use it correctly, honestly, no one will notice. Okay, moving on. She should down. The correct usage is lie. She should lie down. And the reason for that is it's not acting on an object. She is acting herself and taking the action of lying down. She should lie down is correct. Some more examples. Your book is on your desk downstairs. Your book is on your desk downstairs. What would be the correct word there? If you think it is lying, you are correct. It's already there, and no action is being taken. It is lying on your desk downstairs. Another example, I have on this same spot before. I have on this same spot before. What would be the correct usage there? Again, it is the misunderstood word lain. I have lain on this same spot before. And lastly, the goose is eggs. The goose is eggs. Hopefully you came up with laying. That is correct. The goose is laying eggs is the correct usage in this example. I hope this video helped you. And if you are still confused, I will say there are quite a few other videos on this subject on YouTube from other channels. So feel free to check out some other ones and look at some of those examples, different examples from the ones that I used here. Regardless of whether or not you enjoyed the video, I hope you enjoy the rest of today.